Hi, this is Alan Schemmel, DevOps.com at the DevOps Enterprise Summit, London 2016. And I'm here with Vladi Shlesman,
Yes.
who is the VP of Pre-Sales Engineering at Automic.
Correct.
Vladi, welcome.
Hello.
So, Vladi, it's interesting for anyone who's been in the technology vendor business or has been a vendor in the technology space for any amount of time. We know that the pre-sales engineering is really the key on so many levels to success, not only of the company you work for, but of the products and the companies you're selling to. And the reason being is, salesmen will say anything, right? They sell. But the pre-sales folks are the people who really take the time to understand customers' issues, challenges, what their goals are, and try to match it in a meaningful way where rubber meets the road with the products and solutions you have. DevOps is a very popular topic right now, but frankly, there's no one size fits all DevOps, right? Everybody has their unique case. Can you share with our audience maybe some of the differences you see when you're going from customer to customer, different challenges, different goals, and then we'll talk a little bit about how Automic deals with that.
Sure. Well, I thanks for appreciating the role of pre-sales in this world. It's important. You're absolutely right. Every customer is different. Our strengths as a pre-sales engineers is to really have that individual approach to understand customer needs and see what's the best way to bring the value of DevOps to their organizations using whatever technology it is, right? I think the challenges we see is that there are different maturity levels of organization at the moment. So some of them in the very early stages just playing with the idea of what DevOps is and where to start, having some manual scripting, some basic process in place already, and basically the requirements they have are usually quite simple, and we can obviously find a way of addressing them and taking them to the next kind of ladder, if you like, step in the DevOps maturity. Some of other customers, on the other hand, are much more advanced. They have a variety of tools already in place, have a variety of methodologies, already shifted and improved their culture in the organization, and they have more advanced requirements that also spin different departments and different, size of the organization. Their approach will be totally different, right? And we need, again, to demonstrate the power of DevOps even in a very kind of mature and diverse environment where a customer already spent a lot of time and effort being on that journey. So third kind of challenge that we recognize today quite often is how do you bring the DevOps to those legacy core systems that a lot of enterprises have today, to your mainframe applications, to your core banking applications, to your old CRM systems, right? It's still there. They still require a lot of attention, a lot of changes, but they've been actively either avoided by existing DevOps teams because it's not as attractive and interesting, or just lacking some technical capabilities and knowledge of how to even bring that to that world without breaking anything. Because why those systems there? Because they stable and they work and been delivering value for years. And nobody's touching them. So this is a very interesting challenge that we addressing today with some of our customers, and again requires a totally different approach.
Sure.
Right? In general, I think our kind of main challenge today is to demonstrate to our prospects and customers the value that we can bring early in the DevOps journey, right, and plan the next steps based on the, again, value to the organization and value to the business. So in a nutshell, this kind of three major kind of areas that we're covering today.
You're dealing with. Yeah. And I would imagine as DevOps becomes more mature, more popular, more widespread, you're going to be doing less of those initial easy ones, if we can call them that, and more of the complex ones. And one of the complexities, I know for instance, we partnered with Automic on a survey a couple of months ago. I think we called it Herding Kittens or something to that effect. And it was the complexity, the amount of tools that these organizations already have in place. They don't throw away the old tools. They just layer on more new tools. Yes. And so how does an organization deal with this, constant sprawl, if you will, of tools?
No, it's a very good question. I think the number of tools there is growing exponentially and will continue to grow and change. And there's nothing we can do about it. And I'm not sure there's a point to fight it or stop it, right? I think there's technologies are ever evolving, and there's no point to enforce developers or IT guys to use, your tool than other tool, right? So I think there is a place for a different type, if you like, of approach where you provide an enterprise orchestration layer capabilities, more visibility, more controls, more governance on top of the existing tool chain that will be either already in place in some more mature organizations or will be constantly changing, right? So there's no point to constantly re-engineer your process by putting a new tool. The idea is that you provide additional kind of layer on top of whatever happening to enforce whatever governance and process that you have. By doing that, we also can provide kind of unparalleled visibility and control to organizations so they can actually interact with the automation, re-engineer their processes, and also the automation behind DevOps becomes more invisible, right? So you don't need to educate every developer on your new platform that you have somewhere else or change much new environments. You basically provide behind the scenes robust automation capabilities to really drive whatever tool sets are already there.
Right? Excellent. Well, Vladi, I wanted to thank you for appearing with us today. Continued success with Automic. We were talking to Chris Moorman earlier,
right.
And then he was telling us what a tremendous fourth quarter and year you guys have had. And
true.
obviously, it reflects not only on Automic, but on the overall state of the DevOps market today. So continued success with that, because your success is our success, and our success is everyone's success here.
Thank you.
Right?
It is a privilege to be on the forefront of that movement.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
fun, right, to be in front of something, right? Absolutely. Thank you very much for appearing here today, and thank you for your support of DevOps Enterprise Summit.
Thank you.
This is Alan Schimmel for DevOps.com.